There is something happening in your energy field right now that most people will never understand about themselves. Not because it's hidden, not because it's complicated, but because nobody ever showed them how to look. You've been searching, maybe for a long time, searching for the right practice, the right frequency, the right alignment, the right words to say, or thoughts to think that would finally unlock something, that would finally make the quantum field respond to you the way you've felt it should, the way you've sensed it could, the way some part of you has always known it was supposed to. And here's what I want to show you right now, before we go anywhere else together. The quantum field has been responding to you this entire time. Every moment, every day, without pause, without exception, without waiting for you to figure out the right technique. It has been reading your signal and assembling reality around it with absolute precision. The question was never whether the field was listening. The field is always listening. The question, the only question that has ever mattered, is what you've been broadcasting. And the answer to that question is simpler and more profound than almost anything you've ever been told about manifestation, about frequency, about energy, work, about spiritual practice. The quantum field only responds, truly responds, deeply responds in ways that rearrange the architecture of your life when your soul finally remembers who it is. Not when you perform the right ritual, not when you think the right thoughts hard enough, not when you suppress every low-frequency emotion and replace it with forced positivity, not when you've mastered some external technique, when your soul remembers, when something inside you stops pretending, stops contracting, stops broadcasting the frequency of someone who forgot, and starts radiating the frequency of someone who knows. That's what this transmission is about. I'm going to show you what your aura is actually doing when you've forgotten who you are. I'm going to show you what changes at the quantum level, measurably, physically, electromagnetically, when you remember. I'm going to walk you through the mechanics of why the field responds differently to a soul in recognition than to a soul in forgetting. And I'm going to give you a radiance practice that doesn't ask you to become anything new, but instead strips away everything that made you forget, because you haven't been failing to radiate. You've been radiating the signal of someone who forgot they were light. And that is a completely different problem with a completely different solution. Your light is on. It has always been on. Today, you get to see it. Let's begin. There is a field around your body right now, not a metaphor, not a spiritual concept that requires faith to accept. A measurable, documented, scientifically recorded electromagnetic field that extends from your body in every direction, generated primarily by your heart, amplified by your nervous system, shaped by the coherence or incoherence of your internal state. The Heart Math Institute has spent decades measuring this field. Their research shows that the heart generates an electromagnetic field approximately 5,000 times stronger in magnetic intensity than the field generated by the brain. 5,000 times. This field extends beyond the body, some measurements placing its reach at several feet in every direction, with detectable effects even further than that in highly coherent states. This is your aura, not a glowing halo visible only to psychics, an actual, physical, electromagnetic broadcast that radiates from you constantly, that other people's nervous systems detect and respond to before a single word is spoken, that the quantum field reads as your signal, as the frequency you are currently operating at, and uses as the template around which it organizes what can reach you. Think about what that means for a moment. Your heart is broadcasting right now. Every beat generates an electromagnetic pulse that radiates outward from your chest, through your skin, through the air around you, touching everything in your immediate environment. That pulse carries information. It carries the coherence or incoherence of your nervous system. It carries the emotional tone you are operating from at this moment. It carries the frequency of your current internal state. And at deeper levels, it carries something that researchers are only beginning to understand how to measure: the frequency of your self-concept, the frequency of who you believe yourself to be. And the quantum field, the underlying field of probability and potential that quantum physics tells us, is the substrate of all physical reality, reads that broadcast constantly, without interpretation, without judgment, without the ability to hear what you say you want or what you consciously intend. It reads what you radiate. It responds to the signal, not the story. This is why affirmations alone don't work when they're disconnected from your actual field state. This is why vision boards don't manifest when the person looking at them is broadcasting a signal of lack. This is why you can want something desperately, consciously, with every rational part of your mind, and still have reality organize itself around the opposite of what you want. Because what you want and what you radiate are two different things, and the field responds to what you radiate. Now here's where this gets personal. Here's where I want you to feel into something, rather than just understand it. Most people are radiating at a frequency that doesn't match who they actually are. Not because they're broken, not because they're spiritually deficient, but because they forgot. Because life happened. The accumulated weight of disappointments and adaptations and survival strategies and other people's fears and cultural conditioning and years of being told in 1,000 subtle ways that the light they felt inside them was too much or not real or needed to be dimmed for the comfort of those around them. They forgot, and in the forgetting, the signal changed. The heart that was once broadcasting the coherent, luminous frequency of a being who knew its own nature, who felt its own aliveness, its own worth, its own belonging in the fabric of existence, began broadcasting something different. The frequency of contraction, the frequency of self-doubt, the frequency of someone who is trying very hard to be acceptable, to be safe, to survive, to get what they need from a world that seems to be withholding it. And the quantum field, which does not judge and does not console and does not give you what you want, it gives you what you radiate. Assembled reality around that contracted signal. Stop forgetting. That's the message. That's the whole message. Not as a command, not as a criticism, as an invitation to the most radical act of quantum self-reclamation available to you. Stop forgetting who you are and watch what the field does. If this transmission is already touching something real in your field, take a second to like this video and subscribe. There's so much more of this work here, and it's all pointing back to the same signal. Let me take you into the science of this more deeply, because understanding what's happening at the quantum level isn't just intellectually satisfying. It actually changes your field. When you understand the mechanism, when your mind grasps why this is true, something in your nervous system relaxes into the reality of it. And that relaxation is itself a frequency shift. That relaxation is itself a form of remembering. Quantum physics begins with a discovery that still disturbs physicists today, more than a century after it was first made. The discovery that at the most fundamental level of reality, the level of subatomic particles, of quanta, of the basic building blocks of everything that exists, matter does not behave like matter. It behaves like possibility. Before a quantum particle is observed or measured, it doesn't have a fixed position, a fixed momentum, a fixed state. It exists as a wave function, a mathematical description of all the possible states it could be in, spread across all the possible places it could be. It is, in the most literal sense, pure potential, pure probability. Not a thing in a place, but a field of possibility hovering in superposition. And then something interacts with it. An observer, a measurement, a conscious act of looking, and the wave function collapses. The cloud of possibility resolves into a single actuality. The particle is here, not there. It is this, not that. This is not a metaphor. This is documented quantum mechanical reality. The act of observation, of interaction with a conscious system, collapses possibility into actuality. Now, your aura, your electromagnetic field, is constantly interacting with the quantum field around you. Every pulse of your heart sends electromagnetic information into the quantum substrate of reality. Every coherent or incoherent pattern in your nervous system broadcasts a signal that the quantum field reads as information about what kind of observer you are, what kind of reality collapser you are, what frequency of actuality your field is calling forth from the infinite sea of possibility. When your field is coherent, when your heart is generating a smooth, rhythmic, powerful electromagnetic signal that reflects internal harmony, self-recognition, the felt sense of your own being, you are, at the quantum level, a highly organized observer. Your signal is clear. Your broadcast is specific. The quantum field receives it and collapses probability around it with precision. When your field is incoherent, when your heart is generating an erratic, jagged, low amplitude signal that reflects internal conflict, self-doubt, the contracted frequency of someone who has forgotten who they are. You are, at the quantum level, a scrambled observer. Your signal is noise. Your broadcast is static. The quantum field receives it and collapses probability around the dominant frequency in that noise, which is almost always the frequency of the fear or the lack or the forgetting that's driving the incoherence. This is why the quantum field only truly responds when your soul remembers who it is. Because a soul in remembrance generates a coherent field. A soul in forgetting generates an incoherent one, and coherent fields don't just broadcast more powerfully, they interact with the quantum substrate in a fundamentally different way. They don't just hope for a particular collapse of possibility. They call it forth. Feel your field right now. Notice what's radiating. Is there coherence there? Is there a sense of settled knowing, of quiet power, of something that doesn't need to be proven or performed? Or is there noise? The hum of low-level anxiety, the static of self-questioning, the contracted frequency of someone who is trying hard to remember something they've almost forgotten. Whatever is there is okay. Whatever is there is information. And the fact that you're here, that you're listening, that some part of you responded to the title of this transmission, that is your field already beginning to remember. That pull you felt, that recognition, that's not random. That's your electromagnetic signature resonating with a frequency it knows, a frequency it actually is. Your soul already knows who it is. It never forgot completely. It just got covered. Now let me show you something about your field that will change how you understand everything that's happened to you. There is a concept in quantum physics called quantum decoherence. It describes what happens when a quantum system, a particle, a wave function, a superposition of possible states, interacts with its environment in a way that disrupts its quantum coherence. When the particle gets entangled with too many other particles, too many environmental variables, the clean quantum superposition breaks down. The elegant wave of possibility gets noisy. The system loses its quantum nature and starts behaving more like classical, determined, fixed matter. Decoherence is what happens when quantum potential gets lost in noise. Now apply this to your personal energy field. Your soul, the deepest, most essential frequency of who you are, exists in a kind of quantum superposition. It holds within it the full spectrum of your potential, the full amplitude of your light, every possibility of what you can create, who you can be, what you can radiate, what reality you can call into being. In its natural state, your soul is a coherent quantum field of extraordinary potential. But then life happens, and life is full of environmental variables, other people's fear frequencies, cultural signals that tell you your light is too bright or not bright enough, survival adaptations that contract your field to keep you safe in environments that felt threatening, beliefs absorbed from parents, teachers, society, beliefs about who you are, what you deserve, what's possible for someone like you, that become part of your electromagnetic broadcast without you ever consciously choosing them. Each of these is a form of quantum decoherence. Each one entangles your clean, coherent soul frequency with noise, with signals that aren't yours, with frequencies that don't reflect who you actually are. And over time, if you're not conscious of this process, the noise can become so pervasive that you can barely hear your own signal anymore. The original frequency, the one that is actually, essentially, irreducibly you, gets buried under layers of borrowed beliefs, survival adaptations, and other people's frequencies that you absorbed without knowing. This is what forgetting feels like from the inside. Not like a sudden erasure, like a gradual dimming, like the volume on your own signal being slowly turned down until you can still feel that something is there, something real and luminous and essentially yours. But you can't quite hear it clearly anymore. Can't quite trust it. Can't quite broadcast it with the power and coherence it actually has. And then you wonder why the quantum field isn't responding the way you want it to. You wonder why manifestation techniques feel like they're not working. Why the reality you're trying to create keeps slipping away. Why you can feel the potential, but can't seem to close the gap between where you are and where you know you could be. It's not that you're doing it wrong. It's that you're broadcasting from the noise instead of from the signal. You're radiating the frequency of the decoherence instead of the frequency of your actual soul. Stop forgetting. Remember the signal. Tune back to the original frequency. Let the noise fall away and watch the quantum field respond to the coherent broadcast of a soul that knows who it is. Now I want to tell you about someone named Mara. Mara was, by every external measure, someone who had figured things out. She had a career she'd worked hard for, a life that looked assembled and intentional, a spiritual practice she'd maintained for years. She meditated, she journaled, she set intentions at every new moon. She had read more books about energy and consciousness and manifestation than most people would read in a lifetime. And she was exhausted. Not physically, though there was that too. Exhausted in a way that went deeper than sleep could reach. The kind of exhaustion that comes from working very, very hard at something that should be effortless. The kind that accumulates when you've been trying to radiate light instead of simply being it. Mara had, without knowing it, turned her spiritual practice into another performance, another way of trying to be acceptable, another system for managing the anxiety that she'd never quite named. The low-level hum that had been running underneath her life for as long as she could remember. The frequency of not quite enough, of almost but not yet, of someone who was doing everything right and still waiting for the field to confirm that she was real, that she was worthy, that her light was legitimate. She had been, in the language of quantum field mechanics, broadcasting incoherence while performing coherence. Her surface signal, the affirmations, the intentions, the carefully cultivated spiritual identity, was saying one thing, but her actual electromagnetic broadcast, the one her heart was generating, the one her nervous system was radiating, the one the quantum field was actually reading, was saying something else entirely. It was saying, "I'm not sure I'm real. I'm not sure this is working. I'm not sure I'm enough." And the field, which is always listening to the actual signal and never to the performance, was assembling reality around that deeper broadcast. The things she wanted kept arriving just slightly out of reach. Opportunities that almost materialized and then dissolved. Connections that sparked and then faded. The persistent, maddening sense of being on the edge of something that wouldn't quite arrive. One evening, Mara was sitting in her usual meditation spot, preparing to do her usual practice, when something different happened. Instead of beginning the practice, she just sat. She didn't light the candle. She didn't open the journal. She didn't start the breathing sequence. She just sat. And for the first time in a very long time, she let herself feel exactly what was actually there. Not what she wanted to feel. Not the elevated frequency she was trying to cultivate. What was actually, really, honestly radiating from her in that moment. And what she found surprised her. Underneath all the practice, underneath all the effort, underneath the spiritual identity and the carefully maintained frequency work, there was a little girl who had decided very early that her natural way of being in the world was too much, that her light needed to be managed and directed and justified before it could be allowed out, that she needed to earn the right to radiate by first proving she was doing it correctly. She hadn't forgotten who she was in some abstract philosophical sense. She had forgotten it in the most specific, personal, embodied sense possible. She had forgotten that her light didn't need to be earned, that it didn't need to be performed, that it didn't need to be anything other than what it naturally was. In that moment of recognition, in that moment of meeting the actual truth of her field, rather than the curated version of it, something in Mara's electromagnetic broadcast shifted. Not because she did anything, not because she applied a technique, but because she stopped performing and started remembering. The coherence that flooded her heart in that moment was measurable. If you had put a magnetometer next to her chest, you would have seen the jagged, irregular waveform of her heart's electromagnetic field smooth out into something rhythmic and powerful and clear. The noise dropped away. The signal came through. And over the weeks and months that followed, Mara noticed that the quality of what was arriving in her life had changed. Not because she was trying harder, because she was trying less. Because she had stopped broadcasting the frequency of someone working to be worthy of her own light, and started broadcasting the frequency of someone who simply was it. The quantum field had been waiting for that signal the whole time. It had been assembling reality around whatever she was actually broadcasting, with perfect fidelity, without judgment, without the ability to give her what she wanted instead of what she radiated. And the moment she remembered, the moment her soul stopped performing and started being, the field responded. It always responds to the real signal. It can't do anything else. Now let's go into the radiance practice, because understanding this is one thing. Embodying it, letting it become the actual frequency of your field, rather than just a concept you hold in your mind, is something else entirely. And it's the embodiment that changes what you broadcast. This practice is called the signal return. And it doesn't ask you to become anything new. It asks you to return to what you already are by removing the layers of noise that have been covering your signal. Find a comfortable position. Let your body settle. You don't need to be perfectly still. You don't need to clear your mind. You just need to be willing to feel your own field honestly. Begin by placing one hand on your heart, not as a gesture, but as an act of contact. Your hand is electromagnetic. Your heart is electromagnetic. When they touch, there is a genuine energetic communication happening. Your hand is receiving the broadcast of your heart, and your heart is receiving the warmth and attention of your hand. This is not metaphor. The skin on your hand contains mechanoreceptors that respond to pressure and warmth, and that response sends signals through your nervous system that influence your heart rate variability, the measure of coherence in your heart's electromagnetic field. So when you place your hand on your heart with genuine attention, you are literally beginning to influence the coherence of your broadcast. Now breathe slowly and a little more deeply than usual. Not forced, not performed, just a breath that goes all the way down, that lets your belly expand, that gives your nervous system the signal that it is safe to shift out of stress activation and into a more coherent state. Do this 3 times. 3 slow, genuine breaths. And with each one, let the exhale be slightly longer than the inhale. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and restore branch, and it directly influences the coherence of your heart's electromagnetic field. You are, right now, doing something measurably real to your aura. Good. Now, with your hand still on your heart, I want you to ask yourself something. Not out loud. Just let the question move through you. What am I actually broadcasting right now? Not what I want to be broadcasting. Not what I think I should be broadcasting. What is actually radiating from my field in this moment? Let whatever answer comes be okay. If there's anxiety there, let it be there. If there's grief, let it be there. If there's that low hum of not quite enough, let it be there. You're not here to fix it right now. You're here to see it, to stop broadcasting it unconsciously by bringing it into the light of your own awareness. Because here's what happens at the quantum level when you become conscious of your own signal. The act of observation changes the system. This is not a metaphor borrowed from quantum physics. It is the actual mechanism. Consciousness interacting with an energy field changes that field. When you observe your own broadcast with genuine, non-judgmental awareness, you are doing something physically real to your electromagnetic signature. The noise doesn't disappear immediately, but it stops being the unconscious driver of your signal. It comes into the light of your awareness, and in that light, it begins to lose its grip on your frequency. Stay with this for a moment. Keep breathing. Keep your hand on your heart. Let yourself feel whatever is actually there. Now I want you to go deeper, underneath whatever you found, underneath the anxiety or the grief or the not enough frequency. There is something else. There is always something else. Something that the noise has been covering. Something that has been there the entire time, radiating quietly beneath all the layers of forgetting. It might feel like warmth. It might feel like a very subtle aliveness. It might feel like something that has no name, but that you recognize. The way you recognize a song you haven't heard in years, but somehow never forgot. It might feel like coming home to a room you've been standing outside of for a long time. That is your signal. That is your actual frequency. That is the electromagnetic broadcast of your soul before it learned to dim itself. Let yourself feel it. Don't try to amplify it yet. Don't try to broadcast it harder. Just feel it. Just acknowledge it. Just let your awareness rest on it the way sunlight rests on water. Not forcing anything, just illuminating what's already there. Your aura knows. Your field is recognizing itself. Now slowly let that recognition begin to expand, not by trying, by allowing, by letting the warmth that's there, the quiet, real, essential warmth of your actual frequency begin to spread outward from your heart, through your chest, through your shoulders, down your arms, through your belly, through your legs, out through the top of your head, extending beyond your skin into the electromagnetic field that surrounds you. You are not creating this field. It already exists. You are simply becoming conscious of it. You are simply letting your awareness inhabit it rather than contracting away from it. Feel your field right now. Notice what's radiating. This is the signal return. The return to your own frequency. The end of broadcasting from the noise and the beginning of broadcasting from the signal. The moment your soul stops forgetting and starts remembering. Stay here as long as you need to. Breathe. Feel your field. Let the recognition deepen. And when you're ready, let's go deeper into what this actually changes. Here's something about the quantum field that most people who talk about manifestation and frequency work never address. And it's the piece that makes everything else make sense. The quantum field is not a vending machine. This is one of the most important things I can tell you. The quantum field is not a system that you input the right frequency into and receive the desired output from. It is not a cosmic ordering service that delivers what you ask for when you ask correctly. It is not something that can be manipulated by the right technique or hacked by the right practice. The quantum field is a mirror, the most perfect, most precise, most uncompromising mirror that exists. It reflects back, with absolute fidelity, the frequency you are actually broadcasting, not the frequency you want to be broadcasting, not the frequency you're performing, the frequency you actually are. And this means that the entire paradigm of trying to get the field to respond, of working to achieve the right frequency, of straining toward the right state, of performing the right practices to earn the right response, is built on a fundamental misunderstanding of what the field is and how it works. You don't get the quantum field to respond by doing something. You get it to respond by being something. Specifically, by being what you actually are, by radiating your actual frequency with clarity and coherence, rather than broadcasting the contracted, noise-laden signal of someone who has forgotten what they are. The field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to truth. And the truth of who you are, the actual, essential, irreducible frequency of your soul, is not something you have to work to achieve. It's something you have to stop working to cover up. This is the paradox at the heart of quantum radiance. The harder you try to be at the right frequency, the more you broadcast the frequency of someone who isn't there yet. The more you strain toward coherence, the more you radiate the incoherence of the straining. The more you perform luminosity, the more your actual signal carries the frequency of someone who doesn't trust their own light. But the moment you stop, the moment you let the performance fall away, the moment you stop trying to be the frequency and simply allow yourself to be the frequency you actually are, the noise drops, the signal clears, and the field responds. This is what it means when your soul remembers who it is. It's not a dramatic awakening event, though it can feel that way. It's not a sudden acquisition of spiritual power you didn't have before. It's a return, a recognition, a moment of stopping the performance long enough for the actual signal to come through. And when it does, when that coherent, luminous, essentially you frequency begins broadcasting from your heart without the noise of forgetting layered over it, the quantum field receives it like a radio receiver finally tuned to the right station. Clear, clean, resonant. And it begins assembling reality around that signal with the same precision it always has. Only now, the signal it's assembling around is the one that's actually yours. Now let me show you something about your field that goes even deeper, something about the specific mechanism by which your soul's frequency interacts with the quantum field in a way that literally shapes what can reach you. In quantum physics, there is a phenomenon called quantum entanglement. Two particles that have interacted become entangled, connected in a way that transcends space and time, so that what happens to one instantaneously affects the other, regardless of the distance between them. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. He didn't like it. It violated his intuitions about how reality should work. But experiment after experiment has confirmed that it is real. Your aura, your electromagnetic field, creates entanglement, not in the laboratory sense of two isolated particles, but in the broader sense of a coherent field establishing resonant connections with other coherent fields. When your heart is broadcasting a coherent, high amplitude electromagnetic signal, it creates the conditions for quantum resonance with other coherent fields, other people, other systems, other potentials in the quantum field that are vibrating at a compatible frequency. This is why coherent people seem to attract what they need, not through magical thinking, but through actual quantum resonance. Their field is broadcasting clearly enough, powerfully enough, coherently enough that it establishes resonant connections with compatible frequencies in the environment. The right people, the right opportunities, the right information, the right circumstances, they don't arrive through luck or through the universe rewarding good behavior. They arrive through resonance, through the quantum field organizing itself around the coherent broadcast of a soul that knows who it is. And conversely, this is why incoherent fields seem to repel what they want and attract what they fear, not because the universe is punishing them, because their broadcast is establishing resonant connections with the frequencies that match their actual signal, which, when you're broadcasting from a place of forgetting, are the frequencies of lack, of anxiety, of the contracted reality of someone who doesn't trust their own light. The field is always responding. It is always assembling reality around the signal it receives. The question is only whether the signal you're broadcasting is the one you actually want reality assembled around. When your soul remembers who it is, the signal changes. And when the signal changes, everything the field can deliver to you changes. Not because you've earned it, not because you've done enough spiritual work, because you've stopped broadcasting noise and started broadcasting signal, because the mirror has something true to reflect. What you radiate, reality assembles around. I want to pause here and ask you something from the heart. Have you ever felt your aura shift? A moment when the energy around you changed, when people responded to you differently, when you walked into a room and something in the atmosphere moved? Drop it in the comments. Whatever came to mind just now, however small or quiet it was, that recognition is your field speaking. Share it below, and let's make this a real conversation. Let me take you somewhere else now. Let me show you what the moment of remembering actually looks like in the field. What happens physically, electromagnetically, at the level of your actual aura when a soul shifts from forgetting to remembering. The HeartMath Institute has a concept they call heart coherence. It refers to a specific state of the heart's electromagnetic field, a state in which the heart rate variability pattern becomes smooth, rhythmic, and sine wave-like, rather than jagged and erratic. In this coherent state, the heart's electromagnetic field becomes significantly more powerful, more organized, and more influential on the surrounding environment. Heart math researchers have found that heart coherence is associated with a specific emotional state, not forced happiness, not performed positivity, but what they describe as genuine positive emotions: appreciation, care, gratitude, love. The felt sense of connection and belonging, the quality of being genuinely present with something that matters. And here's what's extraordinary about this finding. These emotions don't produce coherence because they're spiritually superior emotions. They produce coherence because they are, neurologically and electromagnetically, the signature of a nervous system that is not in threat response. They are the felt frequency of a system that is not contracted around fear or survival. They are, in the most literal sense, the electromagnetic signature of a soul that is remembering rather than forgetting. When you feel genuine appreciation, not performed appreciation, but the real thing, the felt recognition of something that is actually good and true and present, your heart's electromagnetic field shifts into coherence. The signal clears. The broadcast strengthens. The noise drops away. And the quantum field receives a clear, coherent, powerful signal from a being who is, in that moment, vibrating at the frequency of their actual nature. This is why gratitude practices work when they're genuine, and don't work when they're performed. Not because the universe rewards gratitude as a virtue, because genuine gratitude is a state of heart coherence. It is a state of remembering. It is a state in which your soul, for a moment, stops forgetting and starts recognizing what is real, what is present, what is actually here. And in that recognition, the field clears and the broadcast strengthens. But this also means that you don't need to practice gratitude specifically. You need to practice whatever genuinely moves you into the felt sense of your own aliveness. Whatever genuinely connects you to the recognition of what is real and present and good. Whatever brings you, without effort or performance, into the frequency of someone who has not forgotten who they are. For some people, that's gratitude. For others, it's wonder. For others, it's the felt sense of connection to someone they love. For others, It's the experience of beauty. A piece of music, a landscape, a moment of unexpected grace. For others, it's the body, movement, breath, the simple felt sense of being alive in a physical form. Whatever it is for you, whatever genuinely, without effort, without performance, brings you into the felt frequency of your own aliveness. That is your path back to signal. That is your personal mechanism for remembering. And when you find it and use it consciously, you are doing something measurably real to your electromagnetic broadcast. You are bringing your soul back online. You are returning to your own frequency. You are giving the quantum field something true to respond to. Now let me tell you about someone named Elias. Elias had been told his whole life that he was too sensitive, too emotional, too much. He felt everything. The moods of rooms, the unspoken tensions between people, the subtle energetic shifts that most people walked through without noticing. And for most of his life, he had treated this sensitivity as a problem to be managed, rather than a capacity to be used. He had spent decades building walls, not consciously, not deliberately, but in the way that sensitive people do when the world keeps telling them that what they feel is too much. Layer by layer, contraction by contraction, until the walls were so thick and so well maintained that he had almost forgotten they were walls. Almost forgotten that there was something they were protecting. From the outside, Elias looked like someone who had it together. Composed, self-contained, controlled. The kind of person who never seemed ruffled, who never showed too much, who kept his signal carefully managed and directed and never let it out at full amplitude. But inside, underneath the walls, his field was screaming. The sensitivity that he'd been taught was a problem, was actually the most extraordinary aspect of his electromagnetic nature. His nervous system was, by any measure, exceptionally attuned, capable of detecting and processing energetic information that most people's systems filtered out. His heart was generating a field of unusual complexity and power. He was, in the language of quantum field mechanics, a highly sensitive broadcaster, someone whose aura had the potential to be extraordinarily coherent and extraordinarily influential. But instead of broadcasting that field, he was broadcasting the frequency of its suppression, the frequency of someone who had learned to treat their own nature as a liability, the frequency of walls. And the quantum field was assembling reality around the walls, around the contraction, around the frequency of someone who was keeping their light carefully contained, rather than letting it radiate. The things Elias most wanted: deep connection, the sense of being truly known, the experience of his sensitivity being met and valued rather than managed and tolerated, kept eluding him. Not because they weren't possible, because he was broadcasting the frequency of someone who had decided their nature was too much. And the field was reflecting that broadcast back to him with perfect precision. The shift for Elias didn't come from a technique. It came from a moment of exhaustion so complete that the walls couldn't hold anymore. A moment when he was simply too tired to maintain the contraction. And in the sudden absence of the effort to suppress, his actual signal came through. He was sitting in a garden. It was late in the day. The light was doing something extraordinary with the shadows of the trees, and the air had that quality it sometimes gets in the late afternoon. Thick with the particular silence that comes just before evening. And Elias, for the first time in longer than he could remember, simply felt it. Felt all of it. The beauty of the light, the aliveness of the air, the extraordinary fact of being a living, sensing, feeling, being in a world that was constantly, in every moment, offering beauty to anyone willing to receive it. He didn't decide to feel it. He was just too tired to not feel it. And in that moment, his field shifted. The walls came down, not permanently, not completely, but enough. Enough for his actual signal to come through. Enough for the electromagnetic broadcast of his heart to carry the real frequency of his nature, rather than the frequency of its suppression. He described it later as feeling like something had been turned back on, like a light that had been dimmed for so long he'd forgotten it was dimmed, had suddenly been allowed to go to full brightness. Not more than he was, just actually what he was, without the dimming. In the weeks and months that followed, the quality of what arrived in his life shifted dramatically. The connections he'd wanted, the sense of being known, the experience of his sensitivity being met rather than managed. These things began appearing, not because he'd done a practice or achieved a frequency, because he'd stopped suppressing his actual frequency, because his soul had remembered who it was, and the field had responded. Your sensitivity is not a problem. Your depth is not a problem. Your light is not a problem. Whatever aspect of your nature you've been taught to manage, to dim, to contain for the comfort of others, that is not a problem. That is your signal. And the quantum field is waiting for you to stop suppressing it. Stop forgetting what you are. Here's another layer of the field mechanics that I want to show you, because it speaks directly to why remembering is so much more powerful than trying. In quantum physics, there is a principle called quantum resonance. When two quantum systems share a compatible frequency, they can enter into resonance, a state of mutual amplification in which each system's amplitude is increased by its interaction with the other. Two tuning forks of the same frequency struck near each other will amplify each other's vibration. Two coherent quantum fields in proximity will establish resonant connections that amplify both fields. This is what happens in your aura when you move into a state of genuine self-recognition. When your soul remembers who it is, your heart's electromagnetic field begins to send broadcasting at a frequency that is coherent and genuine, the actual frequency of your essential nature rather than the noise of forgetting. And that coherent signal begins to resonate with compatible frequencies in the quantum field around you. But here's the part that most people miss. The quantum field isn't just outside you. It's also inside you. Every cell in your body is a quantum system. Every electron in every atom of your being is in constant interaction with the quantum field. And when your aura, your electromagnetic broadcast, shifts into coherence, it doesn't just change what you attract from outside. It changes what happens inside. Researchers studying heart-brain coherence have found that when the heart's electromagnetic field shifts into a coherent state, it sends signals to the brain that change the brain's own electromagnetic patterns. The brain begins to synchronize with the heart. The nervous system shifts into a state of what researchers call psychophysiological coherence, a state in which the heart, brain, and nervous system are all operating in synchronized harmony rather than in the fragmented, incoherent patterns that characterize stress and forgetting. In this state of whole body coherence, cognitive function improves, emotional regulation improves, immune function improves. The body's own healing and regenerative systems operate more effectively. The entire biological system moves into a state of optimal functioning. Not because you've done anything to each individual system, but because the coherent electromagnetic field of the heart has entrained the whole system into resonance. This is what it feels like when your soul remembers who it is. Not just a pleasant emotional state, a whole system shift, a reorganization of your entire biological and energetic reality around the coherent signal of your actual nature. And this is why remembering is so much more powerful than trying. Trying is a local intervention. You're attempting to change one thing at a time, one thought, one emotion, one behavior. Remembering is a field-level intervention. When your soul remembers who it is, the coherent field it generates propagates through your entire system, entraining everything into resonance with the signal of your actual nature. The shift is total. The shift is real. The shift is measurable. And the quantum field outside you responds to the quantum field inside you. What you radiate, reality assembles around. And what you radiate when your soul remembers who it is the most powerful, most coherent, most reality-shaping signal you are capable of generating. Feel your field right now. Notice what's radiating. Let's talk about what forgetting actually looks like, because if you're going to stop it, you need to be able to recognize it when it's happening. Not just in the obvious moments, but in the subtle, everyday, easily missed ways that forgetting shows up in your field. Forgetting doesn't always look like despair. It doesn't always look like obvious, low-frequency states. Sometimes it looks like busyness, the constant motion of someone who is unconsciously afraid that if they stop moving, if they stop doing, if they allow themselves to simply be, they will have to feel what's actually in their field. The frantic energy of someone who has learned to outrun their own frequency. Sometimes forgetting looks like perfectionism, the relentless drive to be better, to do more, to achieve the next level, to finally become worthy of the light you already are. The electromagnetic signature of perfectionism is a constant, low-grade frequency of not yet, not quite, almost but not there. And the quantum field assembles reality around that not yet with perfect fidelity, keeping the thing you want perpetually just out of reach, because your signal keeps broadcasting the frequency of someone who hasn't arrived yet. Sometimes forgetting looks like spiritual bypassing, the use of spiritual practice and elevated language to avoid feeling the actual frequency of your field. The performance of high consciousness states that covers rather than heals the underlying incoherence. The person who can speak eloquently about frequency and vibration and quantum reality while broadcasting. Underneath all that elevated language, the frequency of someone who is deeply afraid that their actual signal isn't enough. Sometimes, forgetting looks like people-pleasing, the contraction of your field to fit the expectations and comfort zones of others, the dimming of your light so it doesn't outshine, doesn't challenge, doesn't make others uncomfortable. The constant, exhausting act of broadcasting a smaller version of yourself because you learned somewhere along the way that your full signal was too much for the people around you. And sometimes forgetting looks like what might seem like its opposite: arrogance. The performance of certainty and power that is actually a defense against the underlying frequency of not enough. The loud, aggressive broadcast of someone who is working very hard to convince themselves and others that they know who they are, because somewhere underneath the performance, they've lost the thread of their actual signal. All of these are forms of forgetting. All of them result in the same thing at the quantum level: an incoherent broadcast that the field responds to by assembling reality around the noise rather than the signal. And all of them can be recognized and returned from, not through effort or self-improvement, but through the same mechanism that always returns you to your signal. Honest, non-judgmental awareness of what's actually radiating from your field, followed by the gentle, intentional return to the frequency of your actual nature. Stop forgetting, not as a command, as an invitation, as a reminder that the signal is always there, underneath whatever form the forgetting has taken, that your light has never actually gone out, even in the deepest forgetting, that the quantum field is always waiting, without judgment, without impatience, for the moment when your soul stops broadcasting noise and starts broadcasting truth. That moment can be right now. And what does your own forgetting look like? Which of those forms has been most present in your field lately? The busyness, the perfectionism, the dimming. I'd love to hear it in the comments. There's something powerful about naming it out loud, even in writing. It's one of the most immediate ways to stop broadcasting it unconsciously. Let's do another layer of the radiance practice. This one goes deeper than the signal return. This one is about what I call the recognition practice, and it works directly with the mechanism of quantum coherence to shift your broadcast at the level of your actual identity, rather than just your emotional state. Come back to your hand on your heart. Come back to the slow, genuine breath. Let your body settle again into whatever position it's in. This time, I want you to bring to mind not a memory, but a felt sense of a moment when you knew, without doubt, without performance, without trying, that you were exactly who you were supposed to be. A moment when your signal was clear and your light was on and you weren't working at anything. You were just being. It might be a childhood moment. It might be a moment of creative flow. It might be a moment in nature. It might be a moment of genuine connection with someone you love. It might be a moment so quiet and ordinary that you almost overlooked it. A morning with coffee, a walk in the rain, a moment of laughter that was completely unguarded and completely real. Find the felt sense of that moment, not the memory of the circumstances, but the felt quality of the frequency you were in, the quality of your field in that moment, the electromagnetic signature of a soul that was, in that moment, not forgetting. Let that felt sense begin to expand in your chest. Let it warm your heart. Let it move outward through your field. This is not visualization. This is not imagination. This is your nervous system being directed to recreate the electromagnetic conditions of a moment of genuine coherence. And your nervous system, which does not distinguish between a vividly felt memory and a present experience, will actually begin to recreate those electromagnetic conditions in your field right now. You are, in this moment, shifting your broadcast, not by trying to feel something you don't feel, by remembering something you actually felt, by returning to a frequency that is genuinely yours. Stay with this. Breathe into it. Let the recognition deepen. Now, from this place, from this felt sense of your own coherent signal, I want you to notice something. In this state, in this frequency, what does the future feel like? Not what do you want from the future, but what does it feel like from the perspective of someone who is broadcasting this signal? It probably feels different than it does from the contracted frequency of forgetting. It probably feels more spacious, more possible, less like something you have to work to achieve, and more like something that is already, in some sense, present, already assembled around the signal you're broadcasting, already waiting to become physical in the timeline of your experience. That is not wishful thinking. That is what quantum coherence actually does to your perception of possibility. When your field is coherent, when your signal is clear, when your soul is broadcasting the frequency of its actual nature rather than the noise of forgetting, the quantum field of probability around you literally reorganizes. The wave functions of possible futures that are compatible with your coherent signal begin to have higher probability amplitudes. They become more likely to collapse into actuality. They become more accessible, more reachable, more present. You are not manifesting from this state. You are recognizing. You are seeing. From the elevated vantage point of your own coherent signal, what has always been possible for a being broadcasting this frequency. And in that recognition, in that clear-eyed seeing of what is actually available to you when you stop forgetting, the quantum field responds. It responds because the observer has changed, because the signal has changed, because the soul has remembered. Stay in this recognition as long as you can. And when the practice is complete, carry the felt sense of it with you, not as a memory to return to, but as a frequency to inhabit. A reminder of what your signal actually is when the noise falls away. Your aura knows. Your field is active. Your signal is real. Now let me show you something about the community of this, about what happens when multiple souls are remembering simultaneously, and why that matters for your individual field. There is a phenomenon in quantum physics called quantum coherence at scale. When multiple quantum systems enter into coherence with each other, when they synchronize their frequencies and begin operating as a unified field, rather than as separate, independent systems. The combined field has properties that none of the individual systems had alone. The coherence amplifies. The signal strengthens. The field becomes capable of influencing its environment in ways that individual fields cannot. This is what happens when conscious human beings, people who are actively, intentionally radiating from the frequency of their actual nature rather than from the noise of forgetting, are in proximity or in connection with each other. Their fields entrain. Their coherence amplifies. The combined electromagnetic broadcast of multiple souls in genuine remembrance creates a field that is qualitatively different from and more powerful than any individual field. This is not mysticism. This is measurable field mechanics. HeartMath researchers have studied this phenomenon in group settings and found that when multiple people shift into heart coherence simultaneously, the combined field effect is significantly greater than the sum of the individual effects. The field amplifies in a non-linear way, more than you would expect from simple addition. The coherence creates something that is genuinely greater than the sum of its parts. This is why the community of conscious radiators matters, not as a social phenomenon, not just as mutual support and encouragement, but as an electromagnetic reality. when you are connected, even at a distance, even through a screen, even through the shared frequency of a transmission like this one, with other souls who are actively remembering. Their coherence supports yours. Their signal amplifies your signal. Their remembering creates a field environment in which your own remembering becomes easier, more stable, more sustained. You are not alone in this. You are part of a field of souls who are waking up to their own signal. And that field is real. It is electromagnetic. It is quantum, and it is amplifying. So I want to ask you something, and I want you to feel into the answer rather than just think it. What is the specific frequency of forgetting that has been most dominant in your field? What is the particular form that your soul's forgetting has taken in this lifetime? Is it the busyness, the perfectionism, the people-pleasing, the suppression of sensitivity, the performance of certainty that covers the underlying frequency of not enough? And more importantly, what is the specific quality of your signal when you remember? What is the particular frequency of your soul's nature when the noise falls away? What is the felt sense of you at your most coherent, at your most genuinely yourself, broadcasting without walls and without performance and without the accumulated weight of forgetting? Take a moment with this. Let it be real. Let it be specific. Let it be yours. And then, in whatever way feels right to you, in the comments below, in your journal, in the privacy of your own heart, acknowledge it, name it, claim it. Because the act of naming your own signal is itself a quantum act. It is a moment of consciousness interacting with your own field and changing it. It is a moment of remembering. What does your soul radiate when it's not forgetting? The quantum field is listening. Now let me go even deeper into something that I think is one of the most misunderstood aspects of aura mechanics, and one of the most important for understanding why the soul's remembrance is so specifically powerful. There is a difference between your aura's amplitude and your aura's coherence. And most of the conversation about frequency and energy work focuses on amplitude, on making your field bigger, stronger, more powerful, when coherence is actually the more important variable. Amplitude is the strength of your electromagnetic signal. Coherence is the organization of that signal. And a highly coherent signal of moderate amplitude is dramatically more effective at influencing the quantum field than a high amplitude but incoherent signal. Think of it this way. A laser and a light bulb can produce similar amounts of electromagnetic energy. But a laser, which is coherent light, all the photons vibrating in phase with each other, all moving in the same direction, can cut through steel. A light bulb, which produces incoherent light, photons vibrating at random phases, moving in all directions, just illuminates a room. Same energy, completely different effect, because of coherence. Your aura works the same way. You can pour enormous amounts of energy and effort and intention into your field. You can be highly activated, highly charged, highly motivated. And if that energy is incoherent, if it's scattered across multiple conflicting frequencies, if it's the energy of someone straining and trying and working rather than the energy of someone who knows, it will illuminate the room, but it won't cut through anything. It won't create the precise, powerful, reality-shaping effect that coherent radiance creates. But when your soul remembers who it is, your field doesn't just get more energized. It gets more coherent. The scattered frequencies of forgetting, the anxiety, the self-doubt, the contracted survival patterns fall away. And what remains is the organized, phase-aligned, coherent signal of your actual nature. The laser rather than the light bulb. The signal that cuts through the noise of the quantum field and collapses probability around a specific, clear, powerful frequency. This is why trying harder doesn't work. Trying harder increases amplitude without increasing coherence. It makes the light bulb brighter, but it doesn't turn it into a laser. Only remembering does that. Only the return to your actual signal, the end of the scattered, conflicting frequencies of forgetting, creates the coherence that makes your aura genuinely powerful. You don't need to radiate more. You need to radiate more coherently. And coherence comes not from effort, but from truth, from the genuine, unperformed, unmanaged frequency of a soul that knows what it is and broadcasts that knowing without apology and without noise. That's not metaphor. That's your electromagnetic signature. Let me tell you about one more person before we move into integration. Her name was Sarah. Sarah had spent years studying consciousness, energy work, quantum mechanics, spiritual traditions from multiple lineages. She was, by any measure, someone who had done the work. She had sat with teachers, completed retreats, maintained practices, built a genuine and sophisticated understanding of how consciousness and energy and reality intersect. And yet, she kept bumping into the same wall. The knowledge was there. The understanding was there. The intellectual grasp of the principles was there. But the lived experience, the felt sense of her field actually operating at the frequency she understood it was capable of, the actual experience of reality assembling around her signal in the ways she knew were possible, kept feeling just slightly out of reach. She had, without knowing it, made her spiritual understanding into another form of forgetting. Not because the understanding was wrong, because she had been using it as a substitute for the thing it was pointing to. She had been accumulating knowledge about the frequency of remembrance instead of actually inhabiting the frequency of remembrance. She had been building an ever more sophisticated map of the territory while spending very little time in the territory itself. The map is not the territory. The concept of coherence is not coherence. The understanding of what your soul's frequency is like when it remembers is not the same as your soul actually remembering. The shift for Sarah came when she stopped in the middle of a particularly elaborate meditation practice and asked herself a simple question, not a philosophical question, not a question about consciousness or energy or quantum mechanics. Just this. Right now, in this moment, am I actually here? Not am I doing the practice correctly? Not am I broadcasting the right frequency? Not am I on the path? Am I here? Is my awareness actually present in this moment, in this body, in this field? Or is it somewhere else? In the past, in the future, in the idea of what this should be? She sat with that question for a long time, and slowly, honestly, she had to admit that she had not been fully here in a very long time, that her awareness had been so caught up in the intellectual architecture of her spiritual understanding that she had, in a very real sense, been absent from her own field, present in her mind, absent from her heart, broadcasting the frequency of someone who understood their light rather than someone who was their light. The return was simple, not dramatic, not the culmination of years of practice finally paying off, just a moment of genuine presence, of actually being in her body, in her heart, in her field, in this moment, without the overlay of everything she knew about it. And in that moment of simple, unadorned presence, her field shifted. Not because she'd finally achieved something, because she'd finally stopped trying to achieve something and just arrived. The quantum field doesn't respond to your knowledge of it. It responds to your presence in it. It responds to the actual, felt, embodied frequency of a soul that is here, genuinely, fully, presently here, rather than a soul that is thinking about being here. Presence is the simplest form of remembering, the most direct return to your own signal, the most immediate way to stop broadcasting the noise of forgetting and start broadcasting the signal of your actual nature. Be here. Be in your body. Be in your heart. Be in your field. Not in the idea of your field. In your field. That's all. That's everything. That's the quantum act that changes what the field responds to. Your soul already knows who it is. It knows right now, in this moment, underneath whatever layer of forgetting has accumulated. It knows the way a seed knows what it is, not as a thought, not as a belief, not as a spiritual concept, but as a fundamental, irreducible, always present reality that no amount of forgetting can actually erase. The seed doesn't have to work to remember that it's a seed. It doesn't have to practice being a seed or achieve the state of seedhood or earn the right to grow. It just has to be what it is. And in being what it is, it grows. Your soul is the same. It doesn't have to work to be what it is. It has to stop working to not be what it is. It has to stop the performance, the suppression, the contraction, the management of its own light. It has to let the walls come down, not all at once, not dramatically, but gradually, gently, through the accumulation of moments of genuine presence and honest recognition. And in those moments, the field responds, not because you've earned a response, because you've given it something true to respond to. What you radiate, reality assembles around. Let's move into integration now. This is where everything we've explored together begins to settle into your field, not as concepts to remember, but as frequencies to inhabit. The integration principle for this transmission is this: remembering is not a destination. It is a practice of return. You will forget again. This is not a failure. This is the nature of being a conscious being in a physical world full of environmental variables, other people's frequencies, survival pressures, and the accumulated momentum of years of unconscious broadcasting. You will forget. The noise will return. The signal will get covered again. The practice is not to achieve a permanent state of remembrance. The practice is to recognize forgetting more quickly when it happens, and to return to your signal more easily and more completely each time. Every time you return, the path back gets shorter. Every time you recognize the noise and choose the signal gets stronger. Every time your soul remembers who it is, the electromagnetic imprint of that remembrance becomes more stable in your field, more available, more accessible, more quickly returned to. This is what spiritual maturity actually looks like at the quantum level. Not a permanent, elevated state. A field that is increasingly coherent over time because the soul has practiced returning to its signal so many times that the return becomes easier and faster and more complete. A field that knows its own frequency so well that the noise of forgetting becomes increasingly obvious and increasingly easy to move through. You are building a quantum habit of remembrance. And like all habits, it strengthens with repetition. Not the repetition of a technique, but the repetition of a return. The return to presence. The return to honesty about what's actually in your field. The return to the felt sense of your own signal. The return to the simple, radical, quantum mechanically powerful act of being what you actually are. Every moment of genuine presence is a moment of remembering. Every moment of honest self-recognition, even when what you recognize is the noise of forgetting, is a moment of remembering. Every moment of letting your actual frequency come through without management or performance or suppression is a moment of remembering. And every moment of remembering is a moment of quantum coherence, a moment in which your aura broadcasts the signal of your actual nature, a moment in which the quantum field receives something true from you and responds by assembling reality around that truth. This is the practice, not a 45-minute meditation once a week, not a monthly retreat. The practice of returning to your signal in the ordinary moments of your ordinary life, in the middle of a difficult conversation, in the moment before you respond to something that triggers the contracted frequency of forgetting, in the quiet spaces between tasks, in the morning before the noise of the day has fully arrived, in the evening when the day is complete and you can feel your field and ask it honestly, what was I broadcasting today? Not with judgment, with curiosity, with the warm, knowing recognition of someone who can see their own light clearly enough to notice when it's been covered, and who trusts their ability to uncover it. Your aura is active. Your signal is real. Your light is on. And now you know what to do when you forget. You return. There is one more thing I want to leave you with. One more layer of this that I think is the most important thing you can carry from this transmission. The quantum field does not require you to be perfect. It does not require you to be permanently enlightened. It does not require you to have resolved every wound, healed every pattern, cleared every frequency that isn't yours. It requires you to be honest about what's actually in your field, honest about when you're broadcasting noise instead of signal, honest about the specific forms your forgetting takes, honest about what your signal actually feels like when the noise falls away, honest about the gap between the frequency you're performing and the frequency you're actually broadcasting. Because honesty is itself a form of coherence. The electromagnetic signature of genuine honesty, of a soul that is willing to see itself clearly and acknowledge what it sees, is a coherent signal. It is the frequency of someone who is not hiding from themselves. And the quantum field responds to that frequency. It responds to the authenticity of it. It responds to the courage of it. It responds to the coherence of it. You don't have to be at your highest frequency all the time. You have to be honest about what frequency you're actually at. And from that honesty, from that clear-eyed recognition of your actual signal, the return to coherence is always available, always accessible, always just one genuine breath away. Stop forgetting. Not because you should, not because the quantum field is judging you for forgetting, but because your light is real, and your signal is powerful, and the reality that is waiting to assemble itself around the coherent broadcast of a soul that knows who it is. That reality is worth returning to, worth fighting through the noise for, worth the gentle, repeated, courageous act of remembering. You have been radiating something your whole life. Most of it you never chose. But in this moment, in this transmission, in this field, in this space where something in you responded to the invitation to remember, you are choosing. You are choosing to see your own signal, to acknowledge your own light, to stop broadcasting from the noise of forgetting and start broadcasting from the signal of your actual nature. The quantum field is listening. It has always been listening. It has been assembling reality around your broadcast with absolute precision, without judgment, without preference, without the ability to give you what you want instead of what you radiate. And now you know what to radiate. Not the frequency of someone who is trying to be worthy of their light. The frequency of someone who knows they are light. Not the frequency of someone who is working to remember. the frequency of someone who is remembering. Right now, in this moment, with your hand on your heart and your breath moving slowly through your body and your field extending several feet in every direction, broadcasting the signal of a soul that is, in this moment, not forgetting. Feel your field right now. Notice what's radiating. That's your signal. That's your actual frequency. That's the electromagnetic broadcast of a soul that knows who it is. And the quantum field, the infinite, responsive, reality-assembling quantum field, is receiving it right now. What you radiate, reality assembles around. Your aura is active. Your light is conscious. Your signal is clear. If this transmission moved through you in a way that felt real, consider returning to it during a quiet morning before the day's noise arrives, or in the stillness just before sleep, when your field is most receptive and most open to receiving. And if someone in your life is dimming their light without knowing it, share this with them. When you activate another person's awareness of their own field, something happens between your auras. They strengthen each other through resonance. That's not sentiment. That's field mechanics. Sharing this is a quantum act that ripples outward into the collective luminosity. You've been glowing this whole time. Now you get to see it. Shine. Not because you should, not because you've earned it, not because you've finally achieved the right frequency, or completed the right practice, or resolved every form of forgetting. Shine, because that's what you are. Because underneath every layer of forgetting, underneath every contracted frequency, underneath every wall, and every performance, and every dimming, there is a signal. Your signal, the irreducible, essential, always present, electromagnetic broadcast of your soul. And it has never stopped being on. Welcome to your own light. If your field is still resonating, and you want to go deeper into what your aura has been quietly reorganizing around, even before you were conscious of it, the transmission called "You've been unknowingly radiating a new frequency." Your entire body is reorganizing around, picks up exactly where this one leaves off. Your field already knows the way.